here's the key, and I think this is really important, Nick, especially for the lawyers that you're talking with on a daily basis, because if their phone is ringing such that they need an answering service, then my guess is that the key that is going to change everything for them is learning how to engage the people that are calling them. That is the number one first thing that you've got to work on to create a new law business model, is what I call your client engagement system. And it starts with your intake. It starts from the minute that your phone is answered. I want to give you a little script that I used in my office and see if it's how you, yeah. So I'm sure that you all do not answer the phone at Answering Legal with law offices, but if you do, we've got to change that immediately.
I promise we don't.
Oh, good. So the script that we used at my law firm of Martin Neely and Associates was, welcome to Martin Neely and Associates. This is Alexis. How may I assist you? That's how you all do it too.
Yep.
Love it.
Not the name of the law firm.
Yeah,
and, and we customize it too. I don't even want to get too far into that, but we've had people, especially in years past, who are like, yeah, I just want you to say law office when you pick up the phone. We're like, why do you want to pay us to do that? Yeah. Anybody could do that. We're going to, so keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's one of the things that drives me crazy is if I call a law office and they say law office. I'm like,
never have your phone answered saying law office. You want to do a welcome. Welcome to name of your firm. This is name of the person answering the call. How may I assist you? Now, this very little thing that I put in place in my law practice made a huge difference. All of a sudden, people called the office and they felt welcomed. So then we do an intake call, and the way we do the intake call is totally different than most lawyers do, in my experience, their intake calls, such that it is going to result in an appointment with me for a 2-hour educational meeting. 2-hour educational meeting. Now, it could be 1 hour or it could be 2 hours, depends on what your practice area needs. And that educational meeting, once I developed it, is going in our business, leads to our attorneys getting hired. And it's going to sound a little outrageous, but many of them have 100% engagement rates. What that means is that 100% of the people that sit down with them for that 2-hour meeting say yes to their services at an average fee of $3,000 to $5,000. Now, what happens when you know that is true, that just about everybody who sits down with you, and as I said, 100% is what many of our lawyers have. But then maybe somebody comes in and for some reason they don't need the services, they weren't properly pre-screened, or sometimes on occasion they do have to think about it. Usually they come back. When you've got that kind of certainty of knowing that I'm able to take people through a process that leads to them hiring me every single time, or just about every single time, at an average fee that is high enough. It's not an hourly fee. It's not an uncertain fee. And it's not too low of a fee to be able to deliver on the value of the services that I'm providing. What happens at that point is you can then start to make business decisions. You actually can't make business decisions for your law practice before you've got that, because you don't have a product to sell. You've got hours to sell, and you're going to max out on those hours very quickly and still not be making enough money and be hating your life, because you've got to work probably a minimum of 55 to 60 hours a week. If you're a solo practitioner or even a small firm practitioner, maybe it's even worse as a small firm practitioner if you're still billing hourly, you've got to work a minimum of 55 to 60 hours a week just to be able to bill 20 hours of billable time. And if you're lucky, you can bill 20 hours of billable time. And if you're billing more billable time than that as a solo or a small firm attorney, well, then you should be teaching other lawyers maybe how you're doing that.